Hi everybody, I'm Madison Calicchia, and today I am going to be talking about how trends change throughout the decades and where we are now in terms of fashion. So a lot of you may not know this, but the fashion industry is a lot bigger than you may think. The fashion industry in New York alone provides $10 billion in revenue and at least 175,000 jobs. Mind you, this is in New York alone. So if we take this onto a United States scale, it provides $200 billion. So how is it possible that so much money is made from people sewing clothes? I mean, it doesn't seem like that's possible. The fashion industry actually extends further than making clothes. It involves everything from hairstylists and makeup artists. Fashion photography even is involved in the fashion industry. Cosmetics companies, personal stylists that you may see on television, or you can even hire personal stylists to help you. There's designers like Betsy Johnson, retailers, and even media plays an influence, including television and print. So if we look at all of these people that are collaborating to make different parts of the fashion industry work together, we see that they're pulling from different things from the past. So if we look at the different decades in history, we can see where they're getting a lot of their ideas. For example, the 20s, it was a big time of change for women, and we can see that reflected in their clothing. Their dresses got shorter, they cut their hair. It was a big time of evolution, especially for fashion. Another iconic time is the 50s. You think of the 50s housewife with the perfectly primped hair. Dresses were a bit longer then. 80s, they're kind of self-explanatory. Madonna's a perfect example of it. A bit more wild, fun, experimental. But when we get to the 90s, it's kind of hard to say, what are we talking about now? You don't really see a collaborative, everyone doing the same thing. That's probably due to the 80s, because people were starting to experiment more. But it's kind of hard to tell what the 90s are. So finally, we're here in the 2000s, and everything's just a mosh pit of pulling things from the past, coming up with new ideas, coming up with new trends. And people are wearing whatever they want, different styles. And it's hard to we ask ourselves, and it's hard to answer the question, what is 2000s fashion? How are we supposed to know how to dress? Most of the time we look to celebrities to see what we're supposed to wear, because that's who we see on television wearing something. So magazines provide us with these look for less columns. So here's Gabrielle Union, and they say it's a look for less column, but they're asking us to pay $75 for a skinny yellow belt. Now, if you're trying to copy an outfit, I think that $75 for one yellow belt is kind of absurd, and I don't see how that's really a look for less, because you're paying over $100 for the outfit in its entirety. Here's another example with Dakota Fanning, and she's paying $80 for a pair of designer jeans and $60 for a cool piece of jewelry. The jeans are more of an investment than the necklace, yes, but even then, she's paying for the name on the jeans, not for the jeans themselves. So this sparked my interest, and I got to thinking. I was like, well, if I was making this column, what jeans would I use? So I went on a hunt to find some great jeans that were not $80. So went to Target.com. They had them for $34.99. Very similar jeans, great quality still. So that's a lot less, but even less, $19.99 at JCPenney. Then I thought to myself, every single pair of pants at Goodwill is $4.99. They have designer items because people are donating things at all times, and the money that you're paying for them is going to a good cause. Also, they have that nice worn-in feeling, which, who doesn't love that? So I could tell you that, based on what I'm wearing, that I paid $54 for these jeans, $189 for this jacket, and $59 for this shirt. I could tell you that because that's what the prices are running for similar items at retail stores. But did I pay this? No, I would never pay that much money. That's ridiculous. So, in reality, I paid $4.90 for these pair of pants, which are Aeropostale jeans, $1.50 for this tuxedo blazer, and $3.60 for the shirt. That brings the total of this entire outfit to $10. Which, when you compare it to how much I would have spent if I went to other retail stores, I'm saving over $100 on something very similar. So, if you look at those Dakota Fanning Topshop jeans, I could get 8 jackets, 8 shirts, and 8 pairs of jeans, all for the same price as that one pair of pants. So even if your goal isn't to look super trendy and fashionable, your clothes actually play into a lot more important things. Unfortunately, almost every society judges a person by the way they look. So when you go into an interview, you have to look nice because they're going to judge you based on the way you look. So interviews and business meetings, they can help progress your job based on the way you dress. Like I say, you dress for the job that you want, not the job that you have. So I have a few ideas if you're not interested in going to resale shops and making clothing. So I propose to you that you can sew your own clothing. So I brought some things that I've made in the past. And for Halloween, that was not too long ago, but I made this costume. It's an Elizabethan costume. And it cost me less than anything I've seen at any of the stores. The prices there are ridiculous. They're $60 for spandex clothes that are not attractive. And so this fits me better than anything. It's good quality, and it costs me less money. Now, if we take it out of Halloween and into regular things, it's a basic tunic dress, but it's fun, it's something to have, and it took me an hour to make. It's just sewn down the sides. And stores are expecting me to pay $40 for something similar to that, which is absurd. Also, for anyone who's an artist, clothing can be a way to wear your art. So there's something new that I've recently discovered. It's called custom designing fabrics. And so you can go online and use things like designs that you've created and have them custom printed on fabric. This is a QR code fabric that I made for my fashion blog. But you can take anything. You can scan art that you've created. You can scan drawings that you've made. And you can wear clothing that you've designed not only in sense of the clothing itself, but the fabric used to make it. Now, I don't know if anyone in here is an artist, but it's kind of hard to go around and say, hey, everybody, look at my picture. Isn't this great? People kind of start to get annoyed after a while. So if you wear it on your clothing and people say, wow, that's a great outfit, then you can tell them. And so you have a sense of pride without bragging or being too pushy about it. So with these ideas I've suggested, you can stay fashionable while on a budget. You can try to give back to your community by shopping at places like Goodwill. And you can experience different types of clothing that you never thought were possible. So I'd like to leave you with the idea that even though the fashion industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, it doesn't have to be a multi-billion-dollar investment. Thank you.